Here we are on Flatland Island. A couple of really old docks out here from, I guess, when people use this for their bigger boats. So here's our campsite for tonight. Again, it's a little bit messy out here, obviously very well used. Got my dry suit drying on a big log there. Got a lawnmower, a mammoth picnic table, and an old structure out here of some kind. So off in the background here, you can see Chris just getting his tent set up. We just hopped out of the boats, and Chris is going to keep his dry suit on for a few minutes to stay warm, which it looks like he's doing successfully. Chris just got his tent set up. We just sat down for a few minutes, stretched our legs. And now I'm heading back into a creepy trail that goes to the other side of the point that we're on. And you can see someone's built a sort of bridge here. It's very rotten, it's on a very bad angle. I'm going to have to just stay up top side here. So I got over the worst of it anyway. We're coming up here. Oh yeah. What do we have here? We've stumbled upon yet another outhouse. Well, we'll check that out later. I think the trail goes this way. So we've made it to the other side. We came through a trail right up in there. Now I'm out here. Beautiful Lake Superior behind me. But yeah, I'm gonna stick my toes in here. Alright, so here's the whole site. We got picnic tables, boat parking, and Chris's tent. So I'm kind of back up in here. Not super happy about having to go so far off the trail, but this is the only spot I can find. So up above me there are a couple of dead trees. Actually, up above me there are a couple of dead trees. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep looking for a spot. But anyway, so Chris found me this great little spot here. So you can see there's the docks. I'm gonna clean out this junk, but between this tree and this tree, they're the only two big trees around. So make myself a nice little hammock spot. In fact, I think it's gonna be perfect. Thanks, Chris. So you ask yourself, what are you going to do with all these dehydrated vegetables? We're just making some supper up here. So basically what I'm going to do, take a cup of cold water. I'm going to add all my ingredients in. In here so far I have ground beef, green peppers, red peppers, orange peppers, cherry tomatoes, and broccoli. So I'm just going to let that kind of rehydrate about 5 minutes or so. And I might also add a little bit of cucumber. And what I have here is crushed up cucumber, and what that does is just add a little bit of flavor, a few more nutrients for you, and it makes whatever it is that you're making a bit sweeter. Then what we're going to do after we let this sit for a few minutes, probably 5 to 10 minutes is okay in cold water, we're going to put this into a bigger pot with some water and our Mr. Noodles, and we're going to heat the whole thing up and have ourselves a little noodle bowl. So let's just get this stove going. So I'm going to prime it up a little bit. There we go. So just let it burn up, get the stove nice and warm. This is the MSR Dragonfly stove. Alrighty. Sorry. Turn that stove around a little bit. So we've got this just about to a boil here, all my ingredients with a little bit of water. And I just want to keep stirring this while it's getting to its full heat. But before we finish off and add the noodles here, what I want to do is get a little bit of my fresh secret seasoning. We're just going to add a little bit of that to the water just so it has a bit of time to reconstitute. And we're also going to add a little bit of freeze-dried garlic. And I love garlic, so I'm going to add lots of garlic in there. Perfect. I'm going to turn the stove back up, and we're going to let this stuff rehydrate for another 2 or 3 minutes. Starting to smell really good. We're going to take this off the heat in a minute. After we took the pot off the heat, is we put it in the pot cozy. We let that sit for about 10 minutes while we gathered some firewood. And now we're going to take the lid off and see if it's ready to add the noodles. So what we have in here on top of the vegetable ingredients is bacon and ground beef. And there's not much else in there, but the smell that's coming off of this is absolutely fantastic. So now we have a little bit of water left over. What we want to do is add the Mr. Noodles, turn the stove back on, and we're going to finish cooking the noodles. And these will be a little bit more steamed than anything else. We're just going to break these up just a little bit. So when we put them in the water, they're good to go. Alright, I'm going to turn the stove back on. Going to rehydrate these noodles and get them cooked, and supper time. So here we have the final product. We put the Mr. Noodles in, put it back on the stove with some extra water for about, I don't know, 3 minutes. Show you what the product looks like. Got ourselves some nice noodle soup with beef, bacon, red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers, broccoli, and cucumber. So you can't say this isn't a healthy meal, getting all my food groups here at once. So we're gonna go for the first taste test. A little bit warm still. The ground beef has rehydrated nicely. The bacon is perfect. All the vegetables seem to be perfect. Very good. Well, I think this will be a staple on the trail.